Hello, I'm Steve. Welcome to the Patio Heat channel, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Send your request into designs@patioheat.com for your personalized recommendations. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decisions for your applications. We strive during your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, so we have this residential patio, and there's going to be a new bar structure over here, an existing covered patio section over here, and then a little pergola area over here that's going to be new. And let's go ahead and just look at the overall dimensions that I have. So overall dimensions I have is approximately 14 foot 7 inches from the outside edge to the outside edge over here, 14 feet this direction. And then also I have a height of approximately 8'9" to the top edge of the structure itself. The area over here is roughly 9 feet high on the bottom edge of this beam, I believe, but it could be a little bit off, and that's going to be okay as far as the exact measurement on this. And over here you can see that we have, I have this as a dining space over here. It might be larger. And if it is, there's just an additional added unit that we could put in here. Over here we have bar stool seating height here and here, and then cooking area over here. Over here, I have this as just reclining space, and you can see the dimensions I have here is about 19 foot by 20 foot, and then also a height over here of 9 foot off the finished floor. I think this is about a 6-inch high component here, and I know there's doors and windows. I believe they're all sliding doors and windows, but even if they were opening in this particular project, it should still be okay with what you see that I have placed here. It's just that the information I had said it was 10 foot off the floor, the finished, or I should say the doors and windows, and so I'm not quite sure if that was proper, but I want to just kind of give you an idea of what I would place in an area like this, just based off of this general information here. So all right, first of all, they did mention that they had a couple of the slimline units. I believe there are 4,000 watt slimlines placed over here already, and they're too cold, and I would probably say yes, that would be too cold. Over here is where I would place those slimline units, and I've placed them center within the seating span here. Actually, I have this within the 14-foot span, but I'm not quite sure what the true dimensions of the patio bar area is, but I would probably want to place that more centrally over the actual bar itself. That's just a 3-inch difference that I have. Over here, I have this one centered within that span, and you can see that they're both pointed straight down, mounted on the vertical surface of the actual cover up here. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off these dimensions. The other thing I would say is that bar stool seating height is much higher than normal seating height, so you will feel the warmth. The intensity of array will be much more. So I would definitely want to use a control on these 4,000 watt units, or I would change the element to a 3,000 watt element, but one or the other should take place. So I believe they have a control system already, but if they don't want to use it on these particular units, I would probably change these, or at least try them as a 4,000 watt with the intention of replacing the elements with the 3,000 watt if they are too hot the majority of the time. So the other thing is I placed over here 2 of the CD 6024 6,000 watt 240 volts. Now I placed them up on or off of the ceiling here, sort of. When you change the angle of the CD series from pointed straight down, you must increase the clearance by 12 inches, and that's why I have this, not 12 inches, you must increase it by 6 inches to a total of 12 inches. There is a OEM bracket that you could purchase separately that'll give you that extra 6 more inches, but I do have them mounted something similar to this. And the other thing is I don't really know what the true angle of this ceiling is, so I can't show an exact clearance area over here. You do need 6 inches if this is a wooden beam from the back of the heater to the beam itself. And then I have these at a 30-degree tilt towards the center of the patio. Now, I believe they also mentioned that they had some existing heaters back along this wall pointed the opposite direction. I would always place them on this side of a structure based on the fact that you have air movement through this area here. It's either coming in, straight from this side over here or from this side over here. But that's the exposed side, and so I always like to have the heater on the exposed side more than on the opposite side. Now, would I place an additional amount of units over here? Possibly. We'll see that in just 1 minute. But then the last thing here is, I believe this is a 2400 watt unit here, slimline, just to kind of match up with this, but this would be for this standing room underneath the heater itself, for whoever's cooking that particular day. I don't think you'd want a hotter unit, but you could go with a 4000 watt unit. It's longer, as you can see, if you did go with the 4000 watt unit, but you definitely want a control system again, because you really want to dim that down based on how much effort you're putting in over here, as well as the temperature and the fact that you are standing and closer to the unit itself. So let's go ahead and look at that footprint of heat. So footprint of heat, you can see that we're not covering the entire seating space over here, but I think this would be, in my opinion, acceptable, just because of the fact that not everyone likes to be in that full amount of heat. Some people like to be outside of that, and this gives you a little bit more flexibility for that. You could add an additional unit, but adding an additional unit would possibly make it so that it's probably a lot of overlapping here, and you're wasting a little bit of heat out here, but that's something that can be done. So just keep that in mind. That's a possibility that you might choose. So I'm going to place that one back there, and then you can see here with the let's go over here real quick. This is that standing room again. You don't want a whole lot of heat when you're working out or moving a lot, so that would be adequate in my opinion. But over here you can see that sitting here in the middle, now I don't have the true span of this area over here to here. I think I have it around that 10-foot mark. Let's just go ahead and just see what I have real quick here. And yeah, it's actually I have it at just about 13. Probably the center point of here is where my 12 point is. Let's see if that's true. And so I actually have that at 11'6" to the center point of where that beam actually is. But in any case, if you really wanted this entire space, warmed, so that you have that total capability of keeping the place warm all the time, you might want to put an extra heater over here, or a set of extra heaters over here. I'm going to go ahead and move those around a little bit here and place them like they said in their email, that they had some over here already, but you'd want something like this, and there you have a lot of overlapping, and that would make this a very, very comfortable space for many times of the year. Now, obviously, this is a heating system to expand the comfort level outdoors when it gets very, very, very cold. You're not heating air, you're heating mass, and sometimes that would be not efficient enough. But just to let you know that this is just to expand the time that you can spend out here. I'm trying to move this up. I was actually hoping to place this maybe another additional 12 inches, maybe even let's see here, 1.5 feet. There we go. That didn't work. 1.5 feet. There we go. So I have that a little bit higher, but yeah, that would be something I would consider as well. All right, let's go over here. Look at this position here. So these could be either the CD 6024s or the single C 4024s. I would think that, you know, having two here, you can see with my seating position here, you're not quite covering the space adequately. I want to get a little measurement of kind of the distance that I have here roughly. And let's see if we got about 12'5" of span, so you're just about able to heat up that whole space with just 2 units, if that is how that seating position is going to be. However, if you're looking at, you know, heating up the whole entire space, again, you're going to want to choose to place some additional units over here. So this is going to be about 3.5 feet. And we'll move these here. 3.5 feet. So you get a much better footprint if you did something like this. The other thing that you should note is I took the extended brackets. These are 2-inch extended brackets. So the OEM brackets or the original brackets that come with the heaters, you would have to not use those. Use 2-inch extended brackets. I actually mounted them so that the bottom edge of the heater is at the same elevation as the bottom of the beams going across here. And then I changed the angle so that it's actually 7 degrees pointed towards the center of the patio structure, so that you get a good overlapping here in the center. And I did that on both sides. So these are pointed 7 degrees in, these are pointed 7 degrees in, good overlapping here in the middle. But that would be an excellent seating position over here as well. So, all right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise, not monetize. YouTube does not promote us in any way unless we receive a thumbs up from you, our viewers. And that is how most viewers find us, including yourself. Hitting that tapping that like button really, really, really helps. Thank you very, very much. Have an excellent day.